We're going to try this again. I'm so sorry about that, little technical difficulties. I'm just waiting for Nico to confirm that she can see me now. It's so weird talking to yourself. Like, it's the strangest feeling ever, I have to be honest. Come on, Nico, hopefully you can see me. I'm gonna go ahead and get started just in case maybe there's a little bit of a delay. So welcome to the 100 No's Challenge group. The purpose of this group, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Haley Ragsdale, and I am a founding presenter with Younique. I am a Black status presenter, and I started this 100 No's group quite a while ago when my team was just kind of starting to get rolling, because I noticed that there were so many women that were struggling with finding the confidence that it takes to build their team. And this group specifically is for people that want to build their team. So there are consumer customers, there are presenters that just join Younique because they want to use the products for themselves, their friends and family. There are hobbyist presenters, right? Maybe they sell a little bit here and there, they kind of earn a little bit of extra income. And then there's those of us that are looking to replace an income, another revenue stream. Some of us that have big goals for our family and we really need to earn some money. And this 100 No's group is really what that group of people should be involved in, because the difference between making a little and making a lot is team building, no question. In fact, I was talking with one of my new presenters earlier today and I told her, you know, if you just have 1 hour in a day, and if what you're telling me is accurate and that your goal is to make a substantial income long-term with Younique, I said, if I just had 1 hour a day to focus on my business, I would focus my business on team building versus customer connections. And I know that's a pretty bold statement to make, but I really feel that that's true. So, and the reason for that is that's where the big money comes. That's where the long-term residual income comes in. That's where the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month are made. And they aren't typically made in PRS. PRS represents, you know, average presenter maybe has, of course, this is a broad spectrum, but the average I would guesstimate is probably between $250 and $3,000 PRS. So that is amazing part-time income, but if you want the big money, again, we have to build our team. So that's kind of what this group sort of started around, and we found that so many people lack the confidence to approach people and talk to people, and how do I do it? How do I do it? I did not create the 100 No's concept, I just adapted it for our group here. It actually stems from a bunch of different people have 100 No's type programs, and basically the whole concept is, forget about trying to get people to say yes to you. It's more about collecting the no's, because the more contacts you make, the more opportunity you have to make connections with people. And if we can get past that fear of rejection, it will propel us in our business for sure. So the purpose of this group, what is it? The purpose of this group is to collect as many no's, no thank yous, as you possibly can, and to celebrate those. And we have a few tools that we've put in place to help us do that. You will want to definitely read the pinned post, the post that's pinned at the top of the group, and read through that, and then read some of the comments below that pinned post, and that will walk you through step by step. And as you add new team members to this group, as your team grows and you add them here because you've identified that your new team members are on the same career path as you, encourage them to do the same thing. Read that pinned post, read the comments accompanying that pinned post, and then all the documents you need to get started are on the Files tab in that 100 No's group. So what I did is I made myself a little binder. Looks like this, it's just a binder. I printed out all of the documents in the 100 No's group. And the concept is this. We use Eric Worre's memory jogger, which is loaded in the Files group, to create a list of basically everybody we know, anybody we've ever met, anybody we've ever run into, any name that we can think of. And we just follow along with that list that he provides us, that memory jogger list. He's gonna tell, like here's an example. Okay, so as we're making our list, that's our ultimate goal, is to make our list. You probably can't see this, but for example, it just baby steps you right through it. So it'll say, those you do business with. Auto mechanic, you would write down anybody you know that's an auto mechanic. Accountant, do you know any accountants? You would write their names down. Banker, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But there's pages and pages of reminders for you, and you just start making lists, and those lists are loaded in that files tab as well. Once you have those lists, you can consult the scripts document. We have MLM scripts that are uploaded in the files tab. You can coordinate with your sponsor. You can read through some old comments in the group on ways to reach out to different people. One of my favorite ways is the 3 C's, the letter C, 3 C's call, done by Kara Cloyd, and it's posted in this group. And that is a great way to reach out to people, just via private message on Facebook. The whole theory and the key to the success of this is that we somehow have to get over the fear of rejection. It's often been said, in fact, I didn't make this up, I'm just repeating what I've heard, but you kind of like a waitress, right? Like when the waitress comes around and she offers you some more water or coffee and you say no thank you, she doesn't freak out, she doesn't have a meltdown, she doesn't have to go to the doctor to get counseling and therapy because you told her no. What does she do? She moves on to the next table and makes that same offer to the next person, and then the next guest and the next guest, and she does it every day, all day long, 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week, because that's her role, that's her job. Her job is to offer you the water. You can choose whether you want to accept it or not. And it's the same with our income opportunity, our business opportunity. You offer it to as many people as you possibly can. If they say no thank you, that's fine, it's not for them today, but you make note of that, and we're collecting no's. And your no's list can then be turned into a referral list, that can be turned into a marketing list. There's lots of different things that we can do with that list, and we'll go into that on another conference call. I want you to find an accountability partner. We call them an APIC on that group, an accountability partner in crime, APIC, APIC. I want you to find an APIC. If you don't have an APIC, just post in that group, hey, I need a partner, I need an accountability partner. But if you're going to connect with someone and agree to be their accountability partner, you need to be accountable, right? You need to be there at that day and time that you two establish that you're going to connect and just kind of run through. And I suggest a weekly call. It can be a quickie 10, 15-minute call. You set up a time that works best for the two of you. You connect maybe on a Google Hangout or on the phone if you're not able to connect on a Hangout face-to-face. And you just sort of run down, how's your nose project going? How many no's did you get this week? Do you have any good ideas? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? And just make sure that you are available to that person that you connect with. Your APIC is going to be really critical in your growth. And in fact, I recommend that you find someone from a different team altogether. Someone maybe you don't know, maybe someone under a different leader than you, because that leader might be sharing with that presenter different tips and tricks, and then you might be learning from your leader, and you guys can share. So you definitely want to be bouncing ideas off each other. So you have some action items so far. You will want to get online, of course, and get into that 100 No's group and click on that files tab and print off all those files that you can use for this project. You want to find an APIC. You want to find somebody that is willing to meet you once a week, every 2 weeks, whatever. If it takes once a day for the first few days and then you guys switch off to once a week, that's great too. Find what works for you, but then hold each other accountable and don't back out on your partner. She needs you as much as you need her to propel this project forward. I want to recommend a book too. I don't know if anybody has read this, Go for No. It's called Go for No. It's by Richard Fenton. You can find it everywhere, Amazon, start there, but eBay probably has them for a couple bucks or something. It's not expensive. But I really found this book was really helpful, and it kind of follows that same concept that once we switch our brains from trying to find yeses, people to say yes to our opportunity, once we switch that and we are okay with no's, with receiving no's, then it takes the pressure off of us. And remember that just because somebody says no doesn't mean they're saying no to you personally, that they don't like you, that it's just not for them right now, and that's okay. You never know what can happen in their life. People come around all the time. I see it every day. So just hang in there and start building that list. You can click on, I think, I don't know, this is my first webinar, so bear with me. But if you have any questions specifically about this 100 No's program, go ahead and type them in there on that chat bar. I'm gonna look over here real quick. And I'll try to answer those for you if you have any questions about the 100 No's program specifically. So once you start filling out your master lists, there's several lists included in the Memory Jogger document, in the 100 No's document under the Files tab. You're going to start building, this is not my actual list, this is actually a blank list, but you're going to start categorizing, and again, all the directions are right there for you. You're going to do a master list, a hot list. The goal is to get as many no's as you possibly can for this opportunity, and let's celebrate those in the 100 No's group. There are no bad experiences, because every time you step out of your box, every time you step out of your comfort zone and you approach someone, you're growing or falling forward every single day. But the only way to really do it is to get out there and do it. So I'm going to just check here real quick, see if there's any questions. If anybody has any questions, type them in that chat. I'll be sure to get them answered. And I'm going to pop over on the Facebook group and just make sure nobody has any questions there. Oh, let's see. Repeat the forms again that we need to download. Yes. So Shauna just asked, repeat the forms again. So if you click on the Files tab in the 100 No's group, you might have to get on a PC to do it or put your smartphone in desktop mode. You're going to want to read the pinned post. That's going to tell you everything you need to know about this program. And then the forms themselves are all found under the Files tab. Let me pop, well, I don't want to pop over because I might not ever find my way back. But they are the Memory Jogger. There is the MLM scripts. I believe it's called Reading Scripts in MLM. So session. See. Right? You have to keep going. You can never run out. It's said 100 No's because the concept of the program is you want to get 100 No's in as quick a time as you can, because that is like your fast start, right? Your 100 No's fast start program. So if you just set some time aside and just commit to it and get out and get as many No's as you possibly can within a predetermined period of time. I'll be honest, when I started this 100 No's program well over a year ago, it took me almost a month to get my No's. Not because I got a bunch of yeses, but just because I didn't take the time to focus on the program. I was tiptoeing in it. I was lukewarm. I was half in, half out. You can knock out as many No's as you can possibly knock out and just keep building. So Julie asks, is it still fair to say that for every 10 people you will get one yes? There's some different theories about that. Eric Worre says that when you are sponsoring, it's like a deck of cards. So there's 52 cards in a deck. There's only 4 aces in a deck. So every 52 people that you sponsor, you're going to have some that produce a little, some that produce kind of a little bit, and then some, you're basically going to have 4 rock stars for every 52 people that you sponsor. Industry standard says a third will do something, a third will do nothing, and a third will do everything. And I can say that that's probably pretty true of my own personal book of business. I would say that the 1 to 10 ratio, if you're lucky, but the reality, I think, if we want to be fair and realistic and err on the side of extreme and caution, I think that you probably need to go with Eric Worre's concept of every 52 that you talk to, you'll get 4 aces. And you might, and you shuffle a deck of cards and you draw your first card, and it might be a 2, or it could be a 10, or it might be your ace, right? But you never know when those. So I would say that you should, Whitney Husband, a Black Status presenter, interesting, hold all Black status we sponsored over the course of our career and what our lifetime PRS was. And she did some fancy math calculations. She's super smart. And she determined that it looked like the average, and again, this is just an average, number of per PR right around age. So kind of goal. The theory behind that is if you're out there selling, if you're having home parties, if you're having online parties, then you're just exposing yourself to that many people and selling that many more products, putting our product in the hands of that many more people, which then, you know, gives you even more opportunity to find someone that and loves our mission and wants to change their life with our opportunity. So you can kind of go by that theory as well. For every $500 in PRS, you might get a presenter. So there's a couple different ways. I hope that was helpful. Karen is asking, how do you expand your connections to get the questions? So what we have found is you will definitely want to keep track of your no's and the contact you talk with. You will want to go back and revisit that list every so often. We kind of have a standard. Until somebody issues a restraining order on you, a no does not mean forever, it just means for now. You don't want to harass people that have said no to you, but you do want to keep them in mind. People's lives change. I'm here to tell you, I have people that joined my team a year later. I gave them the opportunity at the very beginning and it just wasn't right for them, but their children move away or relationship status changes or the economy changes or, you know, something happens in their life that now the opportunity is suddenly interesting to them again. So don't disregard someone the first time that they say no. I would revisit it every so often and then expand on that list. So once you have a little list going, maybe you've communicated with someone a few times about it, you might pop them a note and just say, okay, Karen, you know, I've offered you the opportunity. I understand it's not right for you at this time, but I'm wondering if you have any referrals. And I find that that is a great way. Do you know anybody? You might have a specific call to action in your communication with her. You might say something like, my company's getting ready to launch in Mexico. I'm wondering if you know any Spanish and English speaking women in the US. I would love to talk to them about and see if they can help me grow my business in Mexico. So, or you might say, I am looking, do you know anybody that is starting college this year? I would like to grow my business and I'm looking for people to mentor that are starting college. You know, come up with something and flat out ask for a referral. And that's how I tend to expand on my connections that I make with people. So even if they say no, I move them, they stay on the no list and my no list becomes a referral list. And you can go back to them and thank you so much for referring your friend Susie to me. I connected with her and I reward referrals. So I just want to give you a free lip gloss or something. So make sure you set up some kind of referral program within your own business. That'll be really helpful for you as well. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and pop them over there. I'm going to take a drink real quick because my throat's kind of dry. Oh, please. Okay. Any other questions? Pop over there. Hopefully you guys can still see me. The best way to get started is with anything else. You just jump in and do it, right? You just have to jump in and go for it. Start at the beginning. Start making a list. Once you have a list going, start reaching out to people. You'll find your groove. I promise. You'll get your, you'll get your lingo down. You'll start to kind of learn what works. I would just encourage you to never copy and paste a message, a private message over and over and over again to 100 people. Don't ever do that, please. Keep it personal. Make that connection. Make sure that you are personalizing all your communication with people. Okay, Sarah asked me if I would please explain the 3 C's. Okay, there's a recorded call in the 100 No's group. You can use the search function at the top right-hand corner of the group and type 3 C's and it should pop up. If it doesn't, I'm pretty sure I posted it in a comment under the pinned post in that group. It's like a 10-minute conference call hosted by Kara Cloyd. where she explains the concept of the 3 C's. And I think it's brilliant, and it has been very successful for a lot of people. It just gives you a script to use when you're reaching out to people. So if you're struggling a little bit on how to get started, that would be one of the first things I did, is I would find that 3 C's call and I would listen to it. And then I would practice on a few people on your list. You've made your list of contacts. You've started your list of contacts, and just try it on a few people and see what happens, what kind of feedback you get. Annalie asked if I could explain the referral program and what do you give them. So I kind of, this is what I do. If somebody refers a customer to me, I love to give them something. So for example, there was a gal that works with my dad, and she bought mascara from me, and I've delivered there a couple of times. And then she has 2 coworkers, and she was showing those 2 coworkers, they both bought mascara from me. So all told, in that office, I've sold already probably 4 or 5 or 6 mascaras. So when our lip stains get here, I am marching myself down there, and Julie gets to choose a lip stain. I like to give a product because I feel like it leads to potentially more referrals. So if she's rocking some awesome lip stain at the office, maybe somebody will ask about it. That's exactly what happened with the mascara. If somebody asks about it, it leads to more referrals. And more referrals lead to more business, and Julie keeps getting rewarded for that. So I give away lip glosses. I'm going to start doing lip stains because I think they're going to be really popular. If somebody refers someone to me that launches their own unique business with me as their sponsor, I shower that person. I shower them with accolades on Facebook. I tag them how much I appreciate them. I send them a beautiful handwritten note, how important it is to me that they support my business, how much it means to me, how grateful I am. And then I will, assuming I know that person, I will just kind of see, I might give them some mascara. I might let them try a new product. I might give them a deluxe sample kit. You can do anything you want. You have to do what fits your personal budget as well. So just it can even be like a Starbucks gift card. It could be anything, not even unique related. Of course, I always recommend that you give unique products. It only makes sense. But it can be something very, very simple. Just come up with your own referral program and promote that program. Let everyone know, all your private customers, previous customers, let them know that you're starting a referral program and you're looking for people that you can mentor. I don't like the phrase join my team, so I like to never use that. I like to say things like, I'm looking to, hold on, my dog is scratching at the door. Good grief. I don't have toddlers, but I have Hemi. I'm sorry about that. So I like to, totally forgot, I lost my train of thought. Somebody pop up and let me know what my train of thought was. Meanwhile, Julie says, how would you approach another person in a direct sales company that you know is struggling, but not to steal them, but maybe show another opportunity? That's a great question. I would tread lightly with that. I would, if that person's local and if it's possible to get together for coffee, I would do that, and I would just kind of talk to them and just see where they're at in their business and how you might be able to offer something different, and have they considered adding a new company, a consumable to what they're currently offering, and have they considered how that might boost the current business that they're doing? For example, hypothetically speaking, what if you had a friend that was selling a jewelry line? Okay, a jewelry is, oh, thanks, Nico. Okay, I got it. Jewelry is a non-consumable, and maybe she's struggling. Maybe she feels like she has tapped out. You might ask her, have you considered adding Younique to your current book of business? Younique is a consumable. It might reinvigorate your current book of business with your jewelry line. You can use the products from Younique to incentivize your jewelry downline, or vice versa. It could go hand in hand. Just tread really lightly, listen to their needs and their wants and their struggles, and see if it's truly a good fit. Let them know that you're there for them, but don't pressure them too much, because you don't want to act like you have all the answers, especially if they're really happy in the company that they're currently in. Okay, I'm going back where I was. Okay, I don't care for the term join my team. I don't like to use anything that implies that what they're doing is for me. We want it to always be about them. We need to wrap our brains around that we have this gift to give people, and shame on you for not gifting it. Hang on. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to start doing these from my car. I can tell right now. It's ridiculous. So we are offering an opportunity, offering them a gift. Now, what they choose to do with it is totally up to them. Of course, we have no control over their hustle, but we have the plan that works. So I don't like to use the join my team. You will never, ever see me post that. You might see me post something like, I would love to mentor 3 more people in launching their own business this month. Or, how can I help you change your future? PM me and let's chat about how Younique might fit into your life. Things like that. So what can I do for you? It's not what you can do for me, joining my team. It's what can I do for you? And when you come from that honest place of wanting to help other people, you'll see that just flows much more freely, and it's a great tool. So no more join my team. If you're using that, I recommend that you stop it. Okay, let's see. You're saying that you're yes, Shonda reminded me. I was saying that I do like to give away unique products as part of my referral program, and that's typically what I do. So come up with your own referral program. You can also come up with a bonus program. So almost like a punch card. If you refer 4 people to me, your 5th person that you refer to me, you get a collection or you get whatever. You can also do something like reward referrals based on the person's performance. So you could say, if you refer someone to me, as soon as they become an active presenter, you get a free lip gloss. When they sell their first $1,000, which is the promotion to yellow status, when they promote to yellow, you get a mascara and a bronzer. You know what I'm saying? It can be anything you want. It can be as complicated or as simple as you choose. The key to referrals is if somebody steps out on a limb to refer someone to you, they are trusting you with that friend or family member of theirs, right? So you want to honor that, and you want to keep that connection with that person that made the referral. Referrals are going to be critical to your business going forward. So make sure you figure all that out. Let's see. Okay, any more questions? We are getting this book, right? Go for No. Look that up. If it's not a financial hardship for you, I recommend that you pick one of these up. And also, you are definitely going to want to build your self-help personal library. One of the best ways to do this, I find, is I hit up my local thrift stores. I look in the business section. You can get books depending on your local area. I get them anywhere from 69 cents up to $5. And sadly, you'll find that most of them have never even been opened. It's crazy. I get almost every single self-help book that I own, I get from thrift stores. And if I get duplicates, I will sign it after I read it, maybe highlight dog ear a few pages, and I'll gift it to someone in my downline. I've done that several times too. So that's a great idea. So keep your eyes open if you hang out at thrift stores. Let's see, for the 100 No's, what if you know them strictly on social media? That's a great question. So if you're targeting people on social media, you're going to have to work extra hard to be personal, extra hard to develop a relationship. You're going to have to work extra hard not to come off as spammy or needy or greedy or, me. You want to make it about them. So let's say you noticed that I posted on my Facebook wall that my husband was laid off from his job. And you and I have been developing a little bit of a relationship. And so maybe you would send me a private message and you say, hey, Haley, I'm so sorry to see that your husband was laid off. I know that this government furlough is affecting a lot of families right now. Have you considered starting your own unique business? If that's something you're interested in, I would love to connect with you and let's talk about that. I found that many of the women in my company have benefited from having the additional part-time income coming in, especially during trying times like these, something like that. So feel, felt, found. You want to use the feel, felt, found method, right? I know how you feel. One of my good friends husband's was laid off during the government furlough. I felt really sad for her at the time because I know they struggle financially. But I found that with Younique, the extra money she's bringing in has really gone a long way to help her and her family. So feel felt found. So you are on social media, you're going to have to, it's much, because they don't know you, right? You could be catfished. You could be catfishing them. If you can do a Google Hangout, that would be great. Get to know people, get to know, hey, Haley, I noticed that you have a daughter going off to college. I have several women in my company that are using the extra money they're earning from Younique to help pay for college tuition. I didn't know if that's something you would be interested in or not, but if you'd love to chat about it, please PM me. Let's connect. Things like that. The 3 C's call is going to be hugely helpful with the people on social media. At least that's been my experience. Definitely want to get in on that 3 C's call. Listen to that and apply it to the people that you know on social media. Okay, anybody else have any questions? We can wrap up this call here. We're going to do more of these. My admin and my co-partner in crime, Nico, she is in that group all the time. March is going to be a month where we're going to try to revive that because team building is so critical for everyone. But the bottom line, the message that I want to leave you with is you just have to do it. You just have to go for those no's. You just have to empower yourself to grow. And I can post all of the inspiring quotes and all the tips and tricks in the world, but if you don't just take your business by the balls and run with it, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing anybody can do for you. You have to find it within yourself. I read, I think it was, I'm looking over on my shelf to see, ooh, hang on. Hang on, coming back, wait a minute. This one, coming back, hang on. Okay. This book, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, Sincero. This is a good book. This chick totally speaks my language. Inside this book, I read something that really hit home for me. And she said, fear it's not real. You are afraid of something that hasn't even happened yet. So for example, you're afraid to go swimming in the ocean because you're going to get eaten by a shark. You don't even know if there's sharks in there. You've never been eaten by a shark before. You just are afraid you're going to, so you're not going to experience swimming in an ocean because you're afraid of something that has not even happened yet. Certainly you know that it's possible, but it hasn't happened to you yet. So go swim in that ocean. You never know. What if you don't get eaten by a shark? And if you do, you're going to be dead. What do you care? Just go for it. You just have to give yourself permission to go for it and give it a shot. Let's see, I was just doing. Okay. Would you call inactive girls and have them try this or let them go? I absolutely would call my inactive girls. I think that that is critical. Once a month to reach back out to the girls in your downline that have deactivated, because again, you never know what has changed in their life where Younique might be a good fit for them again. And also Younique has changed so much. We have so much exciting stuff happening all the time. It's always the perfect opportunity to offer this income opportunity to people. Even if they've been in it before, that's okay. We will welcome them back with open arms. And I think that it's a genius idea to offer it to them again. If they've been out of it for more than 90 days, they will have to re-register, which is fine. They can qualify for their fast start again. And with these tools, you can really help them build their teams. I would absolutely recommend that you reach out to those that have gone inactive. Okay, guys. I hope that that's helpful. I hope, oh, look what I got in the mail today. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And my bronzers. Do I look bronze? I was wearing them. And, oh, the cream, the splurge cream. Look how big this pot is. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I was trying to think if I had a pigment handy. It's huge. And this is amazing. It only requires just a teeny tiny bit. I'm so excited about it. I know you're going to love it too. Okay, guys, So add your team members to the 100 Knows group. Remember, they need to have their occupation updated to include that they're a unique presenter, and or their profile picture or their cover photo needs to somehow reflect that they're with Unique. Otherwise, Deborah, I will tell you again, otherwise they are not going to get approved into the group. So this is for people that really want to build their team, and we're trying to keep the riffraff out. We're trying to keep the people that aren't serious out so that the people that are committed and serious really get the most of it. So the two books that the pot, Sarah's asking, is the Splurge Pot glass? It is glass. Yeah, it's frosted glass. Super cool. And the packaging on the bronzer is like heavy. It's really awesome too. I also got the blushers finally. I'm so excited. See, I've been around since the beginning, right? I'm a founding presenter, so we didn't have any of this stuff. This is the most exciting time to come into Unique because you have all this new fun stuff. Okay, so You Are a Badass. I'm gonna try and get it out of the light. By Jen Sincero, Sincero. And I'm pretty sure if you type search bar in that one, I think that I'll have to get on there and see. And then Go for No. Go for No by Richard Fenton. Really small book, quick, easy read. You'll read it 3 or 4 or 5 times. You can photocopy or transcribe the important things to you. I would sign it, you know, something inspirational, and pass it to someone in your downline that would benefit from it, and then have her do the exact same thing and just keep passing it down. Listen, we're growing. We're growing thousands of presenters a day. It's happening. It might not be happening to you, but it's happening. So let's let it happen to you. That's what we want. We want each of you to have everything that you dream of with this company. And if we can help you with this thought process and this concept, that's what we want to do. All right, guys, I am going to sign off. I think last call for questions. And we will be doing more Hangouts. Nico and I will be. Just keep plugging along, keep your list. I would also recommend that you keep your list if you can. Keep a journal in your purse because you might meet people when you're out and about and you want to take their contact information. And just keep that list handy so you can add to it as you're out and about with your day. Good luck.